with another episode of Free Game Friday. Brought to you by B. Giggs and Yacion and the Bowling Association of Northern Vallejo, California. You know what the fuck going on.
Episode 22.
Episode 22. 22 Savage. Let's get straight into
today?
it, man. We are the special guest today.
I know that's right.
All right. This is from the Mystic. What screen print transfer company do you use for the prints themselves? That's a great question. So, for the most part, we use Supercolor for just about everything we did last year. This year for the Good Company Family Business tees, we used a company out of San Jose, and that they have the puff print. Those aren't screen printed. But yeah, the Supercolor transfers, they aren't actual screen prints. They're like it's made of some powdered type material that they've invented that really sinks into the shirt. So it's a little bit different than screen printing. But yeah, I recommend if you starting, Supercolor.
Is that a new hat?
Yeah, this is a new hat.
Wow, look at that, man.
Yeah,
It's a
new hat,
fancy
new me.
That explains why you acted different. This is from Nature Music. When shooting content, do you use a DAW to help put vocals on the instrumental, or are you strictly using your recorder on the speakers and using that audio for the videos?
Both. It depends on what it's for. So if it's a rehearsal, then I just blend the cam audio with the board audio from the mixer. But if it's a live session, then yeah, I put the vocals into a DAW, into Pro Tools, and I mix them, and then I blend them back in. So it depends on what we're doing. That was a good one. They getting some good ones now, man. We was getting the same shit for a while. I was ready to retire. This is from Chris. As a consumer, how can I check my earnings from the music? As a consumer?
Like as somebody who has
like if you've invested in me?
Yeah.
So if you have DistroKid, Command Shift now, everyone should be migrated to Command Shift, but DistroKid was prior for like the past 3 months. If you have Command Shift or Video, you can go right into your dashboard and go to your royalties or your earnings tab, and you can see it. And Command Shift is dope because I can also see what everyone has generated, and it's a really dope thing because I get to go on my dashboard and see hundreds of splits, and it's like, man, niggas really eating off the music. But yeah, as a consumer, you can go into either dashboard from the distro, and you can see all of that information.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Shout out Command Shift. This is from Scuba Squad Bells. Who does the editing for all of LaRussell's content? Can I hire them to edit my content? Me and LaRussell split the initial edits, and then Sarai, Splash, and a new company that we've been working with called Edit Crew do like captions or what are they called?
Yeah.
Why am I blanking? You know that like it's them to like move and follow. Keyframes.
Yeah.
Woo, because keyframe would be taking forever.
But that's like the main, because Giggs and Yacion helps with coloring or editing. Mm-hmm. It depends on what it is. Yeah. And I don't know if any of them are for hire. You guys will have to look them up and talk to them yourselves. But there's a whole collective of niggas who just love videos. Weirdos. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Right.
This is from The Divine Hippie. This is great handwriting. How do you go about booking more shows in other markets that you may not know, that you may not have a following in yet? I don't book shows in markets I don't have a following in yet. Those ones I just wait until someone books me, and then I'll try to do a pop-up or something while I'm in the city and just see how many people there that does mess with me. But I don't book shows in markets that I don't have a following in because it's just not necessary to take that risk at this point. But if you're already in the city for something else, that's a perfect time to test the market.
And we've kind of seen like Omaha wasn't in like the data, but you went out there and you had a really great fan base. So.
And I was booked for that, which I was able to see, people mess with me. Now I could go book a show. I think the only show I did that I didn't have data for was Reno. That we booked ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Why did you do Reno?
Because Fernati was like, you should do Reno. It's a cool market. And I was like, fuck it, let's see. Right. But that was when we had positioned it between larger shows.
What about
so we
Fresno?
could see.
Did you have data for that?
I got booked for Fresno. I originally got booked for Fresno, but that fell apart. So since I was already paid, it was like, here, I'm going to help out and let's just do this together.
Got you.
Yep. And that ended up turning out great. But yeah, I never book a show where I don't have the data for.
Vegas too? You had data?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
This is from Mar V. Crown. It's a long one. You mentioned in episode 12 of Free Game Friday that you did 7 interviews so that you can split it up for different pieces of content. Did you reach out to different radio shows to get those? And if so, how can another artist do the same?
I didn't reach out to anyone.
Yeah, you were kind of booked already.
Yeah.
People wanted to interview you.
Yeah, I feel like right after we decided we were going to do 7, I just had a bunch of people start
Right?
hitting me like,
crazy.
come do an interview. And it just lined up.
Yeah.
But if you're an artist, you can create those interviews yourself. Create content with you sitting and find someone to ask you questions about your journey, or go find local platforms that you love and ask them if you could be on and be a part and share your story. But if not, do it yourself.
Yeah. I feel like doing it yourself is always the way to go.
The first start, because you could create your own interest if you do it yourself. Someone
Right.
might see a clip that you did and they like, hey, I want to book you for it, and boom.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Just write out a bunch of like things that you're interested in talking about, and then sit in front of a camera and talk about them.
It's just from at G Vibes. G Vibes. What is your ultimate goal in the industry? I'm not in the industry, so I don't have an industry goal. My goal is just to get rich with my niggas and do cool shit and feed the community and keep doing dope shit and wake up and play pickleball and not go broke from doing it.
From playing pickleball?
Yeah.
This is from RBA_Dre President. Who inspires you? Honestly, everybody around me inspires me in a different way. I feel like everybody has their own unique characteristics about them that make them great. And all of that inspires me to be great.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. B Gigs.
Man,
B Gigs.
if I could just be a little bit more
B
like
Gigs
B Gigs.
is a great guy, man. B Gigs will sit outside your window with roses and chocolates, man.
Man, while you sick
Inspiration.
with COVID. That's a
Inspiration.
great man.
Come on. It's better when you lead by demonstration. This is from Q Ortiz Health. Tietta, when did you realize the value of serving others?
Sheesh.
Was it when you were working at the restaurant?
I never worked at a restaurant as a server. You're so funny. Man, that's kind of a tough one. I'm trying to think of like the very first time that I helped somebody and I was like, damn, I'm so glad that I went out of my way to help that person. I feel like my personality has always been like a giver. So I don't know. It was more so ingrained in me. I've always seen value in like supporting and being there for others.
Nice.
Oh. This is from, you be saying this right, and I don't know how to say it.
Zastradamus.
Look at that man go. What's the best way to roll out a single? Content. I really like pre-saves. He doesn't really care for them too much, but I see value in pre-saves. So I think that if you, like, once you get it uploaded to your distros, you create a pre-save link and put it in your bio. I think that just helps people realize that it's coming out. And once it does drop, it's already saved to their music. So you get that download. Creating content around the single, even before it comes out, like having it in the background of like videos that you're putting out, rehearsing it, and then doing live sessions for it, visualizers, a music video if you have the budget for that.
The artwork.
Yeah, having the artwork be great. You
BTS,
could do BTS of the creation of it.
BTS of making the song and recording the song.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to roll out a single.
When you got a song, there's at least 10 ways that you could get it pushed and rolled out.
Yeah, especially because if you do different instruments.
Guitar, piano version, harp version, a vibe. It's so many instruments. You should never run out of versions that you could do of a song to.
And then if you did a full band, everybody together, that's a different version. Yeah, there's a lot of ways.
Yeah. This is from Lamar Harris. I am Al Harris. I am Al Harris. Al Harris. Lamar Harris. I thought that said Lamar. I am Al Harris. Are you signing artists? No, never will.
Never have, never will.
Never have, never will.
Why do you guys want to be signed so bad? Like, what is that? What does that mean for you? Like,
bro,
so
there
often.
be niggas in my DMs like, I want to sign to you whenever you start signing.
Yeah,
like,
I
bro,
get
no,
tagged
you
in
don't.
stuff all the time that's like, do you think I could be signed to Good Company? And it's like, why do you want us to sign you? Like, what does that mean for you?
You should want to stand on your own.
Yeah.
You should want to stand on your own.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe collaborate with us.
I think it's because this industry have conditioned people to believe that the only way to get someone's help is to sign to them.
Yeah, but I mean
So
that's
people are
also like
what people are really saying is, I want your help. They're
Yeah.
like, but you could sign. You can have everything.
because like
in
everything that
exchange
you
for it.
stand on is like you don't have to be signed to make it, and then a nigga be like, well, sign me, and it's like that goes against everything we do.
Yeah, but it's like I want to sign to the nigga who don't want to sign.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that was me. Yep. Are these all of them, or is this just like
Those are the ones that I have written out, but
Okay,
there's still
perfect.
a lot more. This is from Scott John Live. What do you do for energy on a daily basis? I enjoy the gym. I'm trying to get better at tennis, pickleball. We have a court at the house now, so I shoot around after the gym. I try to eat well, drink a lot of water. Feel like you already have a life energy inside of you. And when you're doing what you love, that energy is going to support you through the day anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Same. Playing all those things. Sports is a good way to get like energy up, especially if you play against someone. Because if you get a win early in the day, it kind of just sends your day on a good path.
What happens
But
when you
if
get a
you
loss?
lose early, it kind of helps too, because you got to either shake back and it's like, nigga, what's up, or it just eat your day up, So it helps either way. True Young. This is from True Young. As you grew as an artist, did you feel fear of things slowly start to dissipate as you got more
I think we've done
rep?
that one already.
Yeah, I feel like
I remember
answered
you
this
saying
question.
things ipe, and I was like, you know what? Do
Yeah.
another one.
This is from Juan.
Why did you do?
Would you ever collaborate with unknown artists? I do that all the time. Almost every artist I've collabed with prior to 2022 was an unknown artist. Like, we helped them become known and who they are. So, yeah. Generally, I collab with unknown artists because it's just people I find. I'm like, you're hella dope. You feel me? So, yeah, I'm definitely.
You also have a link in your bio that allows people to request features.
Features, yep. And then for GC Live sessions. So, yeah. Unknown artists is actually kind of my thing. Easier to work with.
Right? Much less complicated.
Because once you get like Yacy on, you be so busy. And
Right.
It's like, oh, no, I'm
I
papered
gotta
up
call your
now.
manager.
Oh,
Your people gotta
I
contact my
can't
people.
do that split. Oh, you gotta go holler at the label.
Right.
And you like, man, you used to take pictures for me for free.
Sheesh. The switch up be crazy. This is from Skit X World Management. How can an independent artist go about setting up his first concert? Go ahead. Lay it out for him.
Man, so if you're at the point where you need, did it say concert or tour?
Concert.
Oh, concert. Okay, well, that's
Just one.
even better. So concert is a bit easier because I would just pick the region that you have the most data in, that the highest, whichever one has the highest amount of data of people that's willing to listen to you. I would take that city. And how you get that data is I combine Spotify monthly listeners, Apple Music listeners, and Instagram following. I combine that number, and then I take 1% of that number. So whatever that is, that tells you what venue size that you're capable of doing in that city. From there, you want to go on Indie on the Move, and you're going to look up venues in that city. You're going to email the venues that fit your capacity size, email them with the date that you want, the capacity you could fill, your ticket prices, all relevant information.
If you
Go
wanna do
on
a
their
door
calendar before for their show, so you can see which dates are empty, so you don't waste their time. you need to determine your door split. Either you're going to rent the venue out or you're going to split the pie with them, or you want to try to get an offer. Maybe they'll offer you paper to do it, but figure that out. Once you do that and you got your venue secured, you're going to get a flyer created. Once you create that flyer, you need to update all your socials as well as your bands in town and your Songkick. You need to make sure your concerts is on there. Songkick integrates with Spotify, so when people stream you, they can see that you're about to do a show near them as well. Once you do that, post your flyer. When I post my flyer, I like to let it run for a day, and then I like to run ads behind it in that specific city and a 20-mile radius, and I like to target music lovers, festival lovers, hip hop, whatever genre you're doing, things within that niche. And I like to run that ad at about $25, $50, or $100 a day, depending on how fast I'm trying to sell it out. Let that kind of run. As you get closer to the show, if it's not sold out, maybe make a video announcement and run that ad hella hard until you get to your point. Hopefully you pull up at your show and it's sold out and you do your thing and you rinse and repeat.
That was great.
I feel like I covered that all.
Yep.
Come on.
Glad you took that one. Good job.
This is from Ethan Canelcar. I know this name. I feel like he's a gold card holder. Ethan, shout out you. How did Tietta join Good Company? Well, this is dope. So one day I was riding down Sonoma Boulevard in Vallejo. If you guys...
Now tell him. Finish the story. Finish. Tell him what you saw.
No.
Tell him what you saw.
Tell him what you saw. I seen a lot that day. Tietta hit me, I think, early 2021 or late 2020? Which one?
I think it was early 2021, because late 2020 I was just a fan.
Yeah, I don't even think she hit me first. She just used to always post like the album, like more consistent than others. Like most people, you'll see one post, but it was like, nigga, I fuck with this shit. It was clear. She was rapping along in the videos. Like the way y'all see her on stage is like she was doing that. That's true. And then once we tapped in, she was like, oh yeah, I work for Thizzler, yada yada yada. I'm gonna try to get them to post your shit. That wasn't really that intriguing, but it was like, for sure. But it ended up getting posted. So I was like, hey, nigga, was this you? You feel me? And it was her. And then we ended up getting more. And I think around that time I had finished Marlin 7. And I was like, let me play you Marlin 7. So we kicked it, played Marlin 7. And yeah.
Tell me after that.
After that, it's been here ever since. It's been up. What was your first show?
The live box experience.
Did you work that show though?
Yeah, I did.
So she ended up coming to the box show, and I think, what did you do? Film?
Camera, yeah.
Yep, and she filmed that, and then we did the Marlin 7 release party, but you didn't film that one.
I was just a guest.
Yep, and it's just been up. It's been up since.
Yep.
The Sonoma story's not true.
Tell me what you saw. Okay, this is from Illumination Project. When it comes to splits and the core
Illumination. It was it. You know when it's just like,
intrusive thoughts. When it comes to splits and the core team, how do you determine who gets what? Do you say you're getting 10% off top, or do people's percentage change based on what they contributed? The latter.
Yeah, percentage always varies based on contribution, all the time. Percentage always varies. You can get more, you can get less. It depends on contribution.
Yep.
That was a good question. This is from Groovy KIB. Hardest thing about being on tour.
Oh my God! Right?
Being on tour is just a lot of energy exchanged and exerted, and I'm the type of artist that I don't just show up and leave at my shows. Like, I'm talking to people before, I'm hugging, I'm talking after and hugging. Like, the show might be an hour, but it's literally 3, 4, 5, 6 hours worth of just energy. And then traveling, getting on a plane, getting off the plane, going to the airport, lugging bags, money. Like, I tour with a lot of niggas, and a lot of niggas gotta eat and niggas be hungry, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Niggas said food in 5 different ways.
And then Ubers,
right.
you know, we Uber Black. We like nice trucks and to be comfortable. So yeah, it's just taxing being on tour in general, but it's also like really refreshing and re-energizing when you do a great show and it's like, bruh, that's what this shit is about. You
that's
feel
true.
me?
I think the loss of schedule too for me is like the most taxing.
And it's hard to get work done on the road. Like even when we got our laptops and computers, it's like we constantly on go. With interview, it's hard to get work done versus when we home, we get to knock shit out. You can't really be active
either. It's not like we can go out and play tennis.
We don't
really. And all
but that one LA trip though, we was active and we was all hurt.
Right.
But yeah,
Dope hurt his ribs.
But it's getting better. But tour is cool. But tour isn't really for me. I think I'm a one-off show guy, and that's kind of how it's gonna just remain for my career, probably.
That's valid. This is from KG de Finessa. How much should an upcoming artist be on social media to promote their music? And do you deal with mental health alongside doing so? I think that if you got it, you should be on social media every single day promoting you as your brand and as a human, whether that's interviews, your music,
but that question is a bit loaded because you don't have to be on social media to promote yourself, right? When you set up the system the right way, then you don't have to be on it as much. You don't have to be on it really at all, right? Yeah. But we did figure out like you do need those real-time posts, and that's something really as robotic. You know, every other day or so, just do something that's real life instead of just having shit that happened in the past. Let niggas know what's going on in real life, you know. And that could be as simple as you shooting a basketball and saying what's up, right? Like, you know, and that lets people know I'm a human and I'm still here, you feel me? But you should be promoting yourself every day. You know, McDonald's and Google spend billions every year and everyone knows who they are. So if you're an artist coming up and business coming up and you not spending for people to know who you are, what makes you think you can and McDonald's and Google are still spending at this level? You feel me?
And I think there's value in interacting on your page too. Like I think that's why you have the kind of fan base that you do, because you really message people back, respond to comments. You're very active on your page. I'd be like, this nigga's different.
Fact.
Sheesh.
Daniela Jackson. Come on. How can an independent artist go about setting up their first tour? Well, I kind of broke it down with the first concert. If you go back and review that one, and that same thing would be relevant for a tour. Just all the cities that you have data that makes sense for, do the same thing. The only thing that's going to be addition is travel. You have to really... I wouldn't tour as a starting artist. Like, I know niggas do the starving artist tours and the shit, and we did that where we packed up in a van and rode and lost all the money, but I don't recommend it. It's not a necessity. People can wait to see you.
Yeah.
You feel me? Wait until you're able, wait until you have that, and it builds demand. The longer you hold out on doing the show, the more demand you have. Niggas is like, I remember Blast and Giveon really popped during COVID. And no one could go see them. But as soon as that shit was over, all that demand was there. They went straight to the... Rod Wave went straight from fucking clubs to arenas because it was like we couldn't go see them. So hold out if you don't have to do a starving tour. But if you do need to, do all the steps for the concert and then consider your travel and flying, because that's a whole nother beast. If you flying often, get TSA pre-check and get clear. Because the last thing you want to do is miss a flight because you got to stay in line. Right. That's the worst.
I was thinking too, I feel like, remember when we were talking about like, how can you get in front of more new people at this point? And I was like, oh, well, you know, do more shows. And you were like, well, people who come to my shows more often than not already know who I am. And I feel like that's why people think they need to tour, because they're like, oh, you know, I need to get more fans. But it's like, touring that's not really. Yeah,
touring gets you new fans, but not really, right? Because if someone's paying to see you, they already know who you are.
Friend.
They might bring a friend. Festivals helped you get more fans because, you know, it's a bunch of niggas who didn't come to see you. But touring is really you catering to your base.
Yeah.
Was that me or you? Yeah, that was me. We almost there.
Maybe like last two?
Yep.
Last few. This is from Work Hard, Ball Harder. 1.
Paul Torres, man, he got stock in a few songs. He be copping books. He really be supporting, man. We honored. Gratitude.
Am I ever going to be able to purchase every one of your 200 plus song catalog directly from you? This is a long question.
Right. We thought about putting all the albums up for people to kind of buy and shit. I don't know. I'll think about it.
I just had so many thoughts of how to execute that. Okay, go ahead.
It's so much. That's dope that he wants to do that, though.
Right? I feel like a lot of people do.
I
feel like a lot of people do.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. It ain't even nothing to figure. It's just a lot of uploading to get it to the site to buy. But yeah,
Which
we'll
you
figure
just
that
did
out.
when you switched to Command Shift, and that was a lot.
Yeah. This is from Level Up Productions. Why don't you guys set up a podcast for Free Game Fridays? I use Anchor to host my podcast, which is free, and you are eligible for sponsor ads after 50 listeners. Could be dope platform to spread the word. Because we don't have to. Really, I think that's been the main thing.
Right.
I mean, we could, but we enjoy what we doing where it is. I guess it could help with expansion, but I mean, we don't even really do this for this purpose. We just enjoy coming here and sharing some game, and it's like,
yeah, that's definitely on my, like, I have a running task list of, back end stuff that should be done, and I'd be thinking like the audio for the podcast to put on like Apple and Spotify and all that. It's on my running list of things to do, but it's not really high priority. It's like, people who want it are going to go get it.
And I just feel like this is like a cool thing to experience in its totality as well. But yeah, maybe.
Because I really enjoy just listening to things. I listen to audiobooks and podcasts, and when I'm just like cleaning my house, or if I'm at the gym and I want to listen to music. So you listen to audiobooks now?
No, I don't.
Oh, you being nasty.
Yeah, I don't listen. I can't. It'd be hard. Well, I guess when I used to drive, I used to listen to like Steve Jobs interviews and shit like that.
Watch YouTube videos of like interviews, and I don't understand really what the difference is. If it's like,
because when you watch it, you could see like people's reaction and emotions and how they respond. If they lying, you could see a lot, And it's like to me, it's like a movie. Like I don't want to fucking listen to a movie. That's why I go to the theater.
Yeah, but like a movie has a transition of scenes, and like there's a bunch of things that are there for visual appeal. It's the same set every single episode.
Yeah,
so it's like,
but it's so much happening. Like, what if I said, "Giz, come shake that ass right now on camera," and you listening in the audio, but you gonna be like, "Fuck." Are you here? Hey, and it's been another incredible episode of Pregame Friday, brought to you by the North Vallejo Bowling League Association of Bowlers. We'll see you again next Friday.
If you love these episodes and you want your question answered, you can submit your question.
Hey, if you need some free game, man, tap in. We answering whatever you got. We bringing on guests throughout.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Beautiful.
This is like season 2.
We happy to be back. This is basically season 2. We should start, season 2. Come on. All right.
Goodbye now.